decision criteria. Uh, we have 5 points. One is the effectiveness measures. Basically, it talks about how effective we can make impression to our audience and how well they can get our message. This is an important effective to our team. Two is investing measures. Cost is related money, which means the money for a project is the cost higher, but time is intangible element. So even we feel the time didn't cost anything, but if we invest money on a project, it's lower the production is going to be. Three is adaptability measures, which has to do ability to present to out there the information. This is an important factor because nobody will ever know what come up for our presentation. So four is political measures. Political is include very wide range. Some filmmakers just pay attention optimism or graduate school, even about political climate. So, but some donators don't care about that. So this reason maybe it better donators thinking or actions. Last one is risk measures. If a project is loss of credibility, it's a very bad thing for our team because that is it is good. We cannot persuade our audience with our information. So these 5 criteria are key factors that our group research. However, each criterion also includes some small factors. So that is part I was responsible, and we have evaluated. Everyone have to judge to effective our point. Now we have 5 criteria. One is effective measures. We have easy access, easy to understand, and convince and make impact to present and usable. This is 5 in it. Effective measures, we have cost and time. That 2 is mean best in it. 3 is adaptability measures. Have the ability to adapt to different presentation lab and ability of that. 4 is political factor. We have 3 points is judgment and KW connection and economic and political factors. Last one is risk factors is rejection on fulfill promise and loss of credibility.
All right, now that we've got our criteria and what we're actually going to judge, we need to know that all the factors were weighted the same. Each of them are worth 6.66%. As you see on the pie chart, effectiveness ranks a little heavier simply because there's more factors in it than the other 4. And efficiency and adaptability are equal, as well as political factors and risk factors. Our rating scale, we decided to use a 1 to 10 rating scale on each of the things that we researched. Each factor was evaluated for each piece of information we researched. And we identified levels of a 1, a 5, and a 10 on each scale, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, to kind of standardize the process as we each did a little bit of the research. This is a sample of one of the scales we were looking at as we were going through the evaluation process of these things we were researching. And finally, on this rung, we researched all of the fundraising activities and the past MBA projects dealing with this particular subject to try to figure out which ones were valuable, which ones worked well, so on and so forth. Melissa's going to tell us a little bit about what we found in the data.
So when we did the initial research with looking at the past MBA projects and looking at the other things that Jake just talked about, then we decided once we got those results, we wanted to dig a little deeper. So we did another set of research, which brought us to these three. Brought us to this chart.
This is a chart of the averages of our original data. As you can tell, I'll let Melissa tell us what we found.
Brought us to these three conclusions here. Do we have a plugged-in option? What do we mean by plugged in? Basically, everybody today has some form of technology. Whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on Twitter, or you just own a smart device. So, something that we kind of came up with was making the process accessible and the information accessible to anyone, anywhere, at any time. Just make it really convenient for everybody. The second one we looked at was ease of the donation process, or ease of the process. Something that we thought of, why not put a donation button on the web page? It takes out the having to do a paper mailing, cuts out that time. And if somebody is like, you know what, I want to donate, you're like, oh, okay, go to the web page. All you have to do is click on the button, fill out the information, put your credit card information in, hit send, and you've donated. Goes right to your causes. And then the third point we looked at was the point of sales processes, which means, Americans always want something for their dollar. Well, if I give you money, where is it going? Or if I give you money, do I get something back? Where is my donation going? Something we looked at, some of the examples are your candy sales, your barbecues, and even your raffling events. Obviously with the candy sales, they give you $1, they get a candy bar. With the barbecue, they give you a $5 donation, they get a hamburger and a hot dog and some chips. They're getting something in return. So these three options were something that we thought were a win-win situation for the LWU, or KWU, LP organization.
It's hard to say.
Sorry. What makes the web pages and the plugged-in option more convenient?